My name is Ben Kaiser, and this is my sport manager interview for PRT 266. I'm sitting here with Nick Craig from Football Operations. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from and what you do here at NC State?
Yeah, I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. Go Cubbies.
Oh, man.
Go Cubs.
1-1 right now, right?
Yeah, 1-1. And grew up around suburbs of Chicago. Went to school at Eastern Illinois University.
Okay.
Played there. Registered my freshman year, so I went there for 5 years.
Yeah.
I majored in physical education,
Right.
minor in driver's ed and health.
Okay.
When I was finished up there, I ended up sticking with college athletics and got into coaching, and I coached there for 2 years. Recently, after that, moved around, went to Villanova University, where I also coached there for 2 years. And it wasn't until I went to Yale University that I got into the more front office business side of it.
Yeah.
And I just had a real passion for it, loved it,
Yeah.
wanted to do it, fit my personality well. And I started doing operations at
Yeah.
Yale. Went to Ball State, which is right outside Indianapolis, Muncie, Indiana, for about a short cup of coffee, 10 months.
Yeah.
And then I moved over here down to Raleigh, North Carolina. I've been at NC State almost 2 years now.
Awesome. Nice. So were you, as a kid, were you always interested in the sports world? Like, did you know that you wanted to do something related to sports?
Yeah, I mean, growing up as a kid, I even, I played played sports. I'd always, growing up as a kid, I mean, I would sit in my room for hours and have a football, and I would stack pillows up and dive in my bed, like pretend I'm scoring the winning touchdown, and
Absolutely.
just doing just stuff like that all the time, like just nonstop, like kind of put myself in that situation. So I always had a passion for it, always had love for it, and so I mean, as I grew up, I knew I wanted to do something with sports.
Yeah.
When I went to high school, and my PE teachers, showed a passion for what they did.
Yeah.
I came out of high school and I was like, okay, I want to go be a high school PE teacher. I saw how much fun they had. I'm like, that looks fun. I mean, I would like to do that and coach high school football, but then transitioning to college athletics, there's another opportunity.
Right, absolutely. So, in college, what were there? What did you major? You majored in
Physical education.
Physical education.
Yes.
So, how did you get into the football ops side? Like, how did that occur? Like, did you through networking or meet some people?
Yeah, it was just a transition. Because when I was at Yale, I was doing a little bit of both. Still coaching, still operations, and in this field, like, you have to either do operations or you can coach college football.
Right.
You can't do both.
Yeah.
As you get higher up into different programs. So I had to make a choice, and I just felt like it fit my personality better. The stuff that I do, coaches hate doing, and I didn't mind doing it. I liked doing it. Like, I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, I like setting this up. I like being detailed about this event. I like taking care of the players with housing. I like there's a lot of different things that I found myself I enjoy. So I figured, I think this might be the right career path for me.
Yeah.
And it's also good because I did have the 4 years of coaching experience.
Right. Yeah.
And my job is to let the coaches coach, and I take care of the rest. So I understood and knew what coaches want on that side of the ball, so I got a good feeling for it. So those 4 years, I mean, they were great because I got to experience, okay, this is what coaches want, this is what they need, this is how it has to be done.
Yeah, sounds good. So, can you take us through what a typical day looks like for you during the season?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, during the season, and this is hard, I tell people, I could come in and I got a to-do list.
Yeah.
7 things on the to-do list.
Yeah.
Some days I might be able to get it all cranked out and then work ahead, work early.
Yeah.
Work on some other things I might have to do tomorrow and get that stuff done and be able to work ahead.
Yeah.
And then there's some weeks where I'll come in, I got 7 things to do on my to-do list. By the end of the day, by the time I'm leaving the building, late at night, I didn't even get to touch those 7 things, and I got like 3 or 4 more.
Yeah.
It just depends on a typical day. There's nothing saying that, hey, I'm going to do this, this, and this today, or this, Monday is this, this, and this. We do have days where we have the to-do list to do, but, I mean, things pop up all the time. There's we call them fires, that you got to put the fire out. But, I mean, they happen all the time where, you have to go take care of this, you might have to do that, or someone needs this, or someone comes to you like, hey, I really need help with this, can you help me out? And that's what you're there for.
Yeah, right. So
you have to be able to manage your time and be like, okay, I don't have to get this done today. I can go help him with this or her with whatever.
Absolutely. So, in the off season, does that change at all? Like, does your day change in the off season?
Yeah, it's a little more slowed down, I'd say. I mean, it's not as go, but in the off season as well, you're still, we got operations guys that are doing a lot of different things, but guys, one of our operations guys, his job is to do like the banquet, help out with the banquet. So we're also helping him do that, and that's like his deal. So, it's just different types of things. And as you get done with that specific thing in the offseason, like that banquet, then you look at what's the next big event, or what's the next thing you have to do.
Yeah. So are you guys in charge of like running camps and stuff like that, and
camps,
and all that stuff?
Banquets. One of our other guys does like a lot of the recruiting, like the sign day party, different things like that. There's 5 operations guys here, and we all have our specific individual responsibilities. But we're always there to help each other, and if someone needs help to pick up, hey, I'm loaded on this, man. There's a lot of stuff I'm doing. Well, one of us might not be that busy. Well, we help that other person. Let's crank out the work. We're not really worried about who's in what and who's in charge of this or that. We just kind of want to be the best operations department there is in the ACC.
Right, absolutely. So this is a little bit personal, but
sorry.
How do you feel? How do you feel about the pay in this respect?
The pay?
Yeah. Do you think it's pretty?
I'll tell you what. I am very humble, and I appreciate everything that I get at this level of football. Yeah. At one point, I was in. You got to take, when you're young, you have to take your vow to poverty. Right. For my first years coaching, I was volunteering, so I didn't make any money, trying to work camps, make ends meet. Yeah. I was my 1 year. I was on food stamps. Yeah. Because you got to eat, right? So it was no shame. I had to take my vow to poverty and do what I had to do. Yeah. And going to Villanova, I lived in a storage closet. Yeah. I want to say it was $625.84 I made a month. Yeah. And I lived in a storage closet in the football stadium with bunk beds. Our head coach did us right, though. He put a big screen TV in there. Yeah. We got to eat for free, so we had a meal card. Yeah. So, they treated us very nicely, but that was like our housing. Right. Yeah. But it's those little things, and as you're going up and moving up through your career, that you respect, and it makes you very humble. Like, all right, you're in a bigger program. Like, you don't take it for granted. Every day you come in here, you don't take it for granted. Yeah,
absolutely. So, what aspect of your job do you enjoy the most?
Definitely the players. Being with the players, being able to engage with the players in the locker room. I don't decide your playing time, so you're not coming sitting here saying, Craig doesn't give me any playing time. That's all I got. No one on the team, So I can talk to anybody. I like dealing with all the little different personalities on everybody on the team and be able to connect and engage with every single one of them. Right. That's the type of person I am. Like, I like to talk to everybody. I like to be involved with everybody and, make a little bit of an impact, as someone comes through here for 4 years, and hopefully they can remember me and, learn something, and I can learn something from them, because no matter who you talk to, there's always something they can offer.
Yeah. Is there anything you don't enjoy about working in football ops?
Yes, when the players get in trouble, breakfast club that I have to do every Monday morning, 5 to 7 a.m. Yeah. Well, we switch off. That's another thing. We switch off breakfast club, but when it is my turn, that's probably the least enjoyable thing of the job.
I'm pretty sure the players don't enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't think they do either. No, they don't enjoy it either.
Another question: do you think it's easy to find work in this profession, or is it very competitive? It's a very competitive field.
Coaching is very competitive. Operations side, it's starting to become a real booming industry. A lot about this, and I guess like any job, it's about who you know. Yeah. And being in the right place at the right time, and getting that special break, and making your way through. It seems like jobs come about when you least expect them. Yeah. But it's just, you can't get frustrated. As long as you work hard and you do the best you can at the current job that you have, everything will work itself out. Yeah. You'll get, people talk, and you'll get that good recommendation and say, hey, Ben works his butt off. He's a workhorse. He does this. He does that. Yeah. You need to hire this guy. Yeah. He would do great for your program. It would be a shame for us to lose him, but he'll be awesome for you. Yeah.
So that leads me to my next question. Are there any avenues for promotion, or do you think you've reached the top part?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely always room for growth. I'm an assistant DFO. You can go to the head DFO at the ACC. You can go to, I would like to say, Power 5 conference. Yeah. The 5 conferences are the biggest. Being a head DFO, that would be a step up. Also, in the NFL, very interested in the potential of going to the NFL and being an operations type guy. Yeah. Every single team calls it something different, right? Yeah. And the roles are different. But I would like to work with the players and be more player liaison in the NFL, maybe a special assistant to a head coach, something like that. But to see if I do enjoy that, and if that is a career that I like to pursue.
Right. Well, thank you for your time. I
appreciate
absolutely. It very much.
Thank you very much.
All right.
It's good.
Have a good one.
Thanks.